All right, so the passport issuance season is over as far as the Caribbeans are concerned. And now is the time for passport revocations and terminations, right? Citizenship cancellations and deprivations. Unfortunately, this was inevitable. I kept reporting that this day was coming, and finally, disaster has struck. And the bad news this time comes from Dominica. If you visit the government's website, there's a link to this order, right? Citizenship deprivation order, meaning citizenship terminations, and some more than 60 people now are on this hit list, right? And the unfortunate thing over here, a couple of things, right? First, if you look at the nationalities of the people, they're coming mostly from Muslim nations and African nations. The nationalities on this one are Nigeria. And the interesting thing is, none of these nations allow dual citizenship, right? Or most of these nations don't accept dual citizenship. So countries like Egypt, Sudan, Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, Nigeria is on that list. So once you lose your home country citizenship, you get this citizenship, they terminate your citizenship, and now there is a realistic threat of being stateless. Whatever minuscule or slim and trim access you had to even get out of your home country, there's a good chance that you might be in deep trouble. Apart from the potential jail time in certain cases, losing even a single citizenship can mean disaster, not just for you, but your entire family, right? You're the primary applicant. You did this for your entire family. You didn't know that what are the ramifications for them. And now the whole family is in deep trouble. The other big thing over here is that these people sometimes aren't directly the culprits, right? So these are investors. They rely on some agents, and those agents then sort of strike the deal, approved agents in a lot of cases. And then sometimes what happens is that these approved agents are appointed, right? There's a full list and there's some 20, 30 approved agents, and then they suddenly get into this sort of mess and then they get blacklisted. But guess what? You are the investor, you're the one put the money, even if you relied on this agent, because you're the recipient. Now you lose your money, you obviously lose the citizenship or the passport, you could be potentially jailed, but you also could lose your home country citizenship and you could become stateless. And this is where I alerted the community that you got to be mindful of these scenarios. And the bottom line is you should always keep things legal, right? Stick to legal practices, stick to high quality products so you don't get into this kind of mess. Now, what are high quality products? High quality products are real, solid, strong residencies, and you don't need investments in most cases. In a lot of cases, you're just diversifying your funds or you're just showing your funds and you're getting very high quality residencies, which then lead to passports and citizenships in as early as 2 years, right? You're eligible up to 5 years based on the strength and the quality of passport you're looking, based on the flexibility. Some places you need you to live that 20% of the times. Some have more flexibility. So again, based on your appetite for investment, for diversification, for the flexibility that you need to live in the country, you can strike different citizenships at different points in time. Now, one of the biggest issues is some people are in desperate need for an immediate passport. And in this video, I'm going to discuss a solution where you're going to get a quick, or you could potentially get a quick passport, one of the strongest passports in the interim. You don't have to lose your home country nationality at all while you work or while you trigger those residencies in different parts of the world, and based on the schedule, and then we work with our clients on this schedule all the time. You park different chunks of time in different countries and then you acquire multiple nationalities eventually. In the interim, you have this bulletproof, solid, strong passport which you can relatively get real quick. And this takes you, or this bridges the gap till you get to your powerful nationality or nationalities. Ideally, people will try to get at least 2 to 3 solid, strong citizenships in future. And the interim, they can use this passport for all the travel mobility. Once you get the powerful citizenship, then you can set aside this passport and start using your final or eventual solid passport. Now, the solution is a travel document. A bunch of countries that do issue travel documents for various purposes. Here, I'm going to discuss an option where they issue a travel passport and they actually pay you for using the passport. And the moment you don't need this passport, let's say you're doing a Mexican citizenship or an Argentinian citizenship, these are powerful passports, right? Or let's say you're doing a Chile citizenship or a Peru citizenship. Once you get your main one, you can let go this one. You're getting paid in the interim, so you're generating tax-free income. And then once you give away the passport, you get all your money back. And this is the option from Panama. It's a residency that you qualify by generating $850 in monthly income. So let's say you receive this $850 per month. The capital that you put for creating this income is a fixed deposit with the bank, right? You immediately get the passport in a few days. On the upper side, I'm saying 2 weeks, but typically it just takes a few days to get this passport. This is a regular Panamanian passport. Ideally, or let's say theoretically, this should work just like an ordinary Panamanian passport. Again, because this lists your nationality as your home country nationality. With EU, you might want to check with certain countries when you're traveling, but in theory, this should work like a full-blown Panamanian passport. So you get this in the interim for getting paid, right? For getting paid. So you have the solution for now. This takes you, let's say you strike your different residencies, you're using the Panamanian passport, you're traveling the world, right? You have the travel mobility. And then once your residencies, which are like fixed deposit in the immigration world, that's how I see it. And none of this is immigration advice. This is my own analysis and educational content. So you have all these fixed deposits, or let's call them residencies in different, parked in different places. And then when the right time comes, when these residencies mature, or let's say these flowers blossom, that's the time you collect your powerful citizenships in important strategic locations. And once you feel there's no longer any need for keeping this temporary passport, right, this travel passport, obviously you can give this back and you can get all your money back. You've gotten your income, you've gotten your money, you utilize the passport, and then you have all these different solid options in place. Now, what are some of the great options outside? I think one of the best options is Argentina. In just 2 years, you can actually lodge your application for citizenship. This is one of the most powerful places. Argentina is good if you physically want to spend time, right? You really want to spend time with your family. Then I think Argentina is a quick pathway to citizenship. It gives you that beautiful time inside the country. There's also Chile. The big difference between Argentina and Chile is that Chile will take longer. It takes 5 years, just like Mexico. But with Chile, the passport that you get has access to US. It has all the bells and whistles. This is the single most powerful passport that you can obtain in Latin America. Again, because of the quality, it's obviously tougher. The simpler option is Argentina, where after 2 years, you can file your application for citizenship. Equally or even more beautiful country as compared to Chile, in my opinion. The second option over here is Paraguay, right? This is good because this is a territorial tax system. Again, if you are looking for a Paraguayan citizenship, it has some restrictions, so you got to look at the treaties. But if you're looking for a tax optimized solution, so you can use this as your tax base, then Paraguay is a very good option. The best in the entire Latin region is Mexico, because it's stronger, in my opinion, than the US and the Canadian passports. Effectively, if you put all the things together, like the TN, the ETA to Canada, the APEC access, the full membership with the APEC makes this a highlight, right? So this one is definitely one of the best ones in Latin America. One of the best ones in Africa that's available is the Mauritian option. There are two ways, right? Based on your age, you can directly qualify if you're over 50. And then if you're under 50, you can still qualify by opening a simple business bank account and depositing some cash. It's your cash. This is no donation. And you can obtain the Mauritian residency, which is as flexible as the Mexican residency. So let's say, you just don't want to do the Latin Americas, you want to focus on Africas, then Mexico is a good one. If you're looking for more diversification, or you're very, very savvy, like some of my female clients, males are scared, but females or women are more attracted to the South African residency options. So if that's something that you are interested in, you can also do the permanent residency in South Africa. This is a quality option because the permanent residency does not have an expiry date. So think about the prospects, right? You're getting a residency which does not expire, right? And you're only making the donation, which is fairly less, is 6,800 US dollars one-time donation. You only make this donation once you are approved, so you're not wasting or spending your money. And these are just a few examples. There's some exotic options even on the Asian side. If you're interested, there are a couple of options on the Middle Eastern side. So it depends upon where you're coming from, what diversity you need, what diversification you need, what's your strategy, why you're getting this residency or your next citizenship. And if you're interested at any time, you can just call us. We can discuss what's the best combination. Maybe it's 1, 2, 3 more, whatever it is, to secure your family. So instead of landing yourself in deep trouble relying on some pathetic and horrible advice, we can have the right discussions, pick the right legit genuine products so you and your family are happy. I constantly interview people who have gone this route, right? Recently I had a discussion with Vince, who runs the .ai for the Angola government, the British Overseas Territory. And now the British Overseas Territory actually derives a significant portion of their budget from what Vince does for Angola. If you're interested in this matter, how he moved there, how he was able to get the Angola passport, which is the bought overseas passport, right? The British overseas passport. That passport then led to the full British citizenship. So it's actually a backdoor entry to full British citizenship. If you are interested in that interview, you can hop onto this video. And before you go, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on all the important developments and updates. Any breaking news, I try to break it as soon as I can. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and catch you in this one.